the contract extension of Derek Dallas Carr on June the 22nd of 2017, which there are 192 days left remaining in the year. He signs his contract on June the 22nd because he's going to win the Super Bowl in the year 22, and there are 192 days left in the year from the time that he signed his contract. It is Inglewood, California. That is Gematria 192. And like I've discussed with Mark Davis's May the 18th birthday, the amount of time from Mark Davis's birthday to the day of the beginning of the Raider dynasty at Arlington is 192 days. So this day that he signed the contract actually has quite a bit of significance for his planned Super Bowl championship. It was a 5-year, $125 million contract. The math just ends up being absolutely right on the money. $125 million, a $12.5 million signing bonus. That rounds up to 13 because it's LA, the site of the Super Bowl. That's got Gematria 13. And $125 million. Well, one of the teams that operates the stadium, SoFi Stadium, is the LA Chargers. That's the whole significance of that gematria of 125. That stadium cost tag was around 5 to 6 billion, 56. Vegas Raiders has gematria 56. The amount of time from the contract extension to the day of Super Bowl 56 is 4 years and 7 months and 22 days, which 47 is the gematria of Derek Carr. 55 months, what you get out of 55 is Mark Davis being born in the year 55. What you get is Davis, Radar, Tuck, having gematria 55. The Raiders 5-5 start like the 2001 Patriots some 20 years ago. And now you can say that this falls right on the 56th month if you include the 22 days. That's the gematria of Vegas Raiders. So yes, some 56 months later, Derek Carr is winning the Super Bowl. The day of his contract extension actually has everything to do with the start of the Raider dynasty at 5-5 to 6-5 on Thanksgiving for Derek Dallas Carr at the Lone Star State. Let me get this right. Derek Dallas Carr, the star at the Lone Star State. It's Philadelphia. It's Raiders dynasty that's got gematria 65. I want you to notice that 40 million of which was fully guaranteed. Carr has gematria 40. Again, the ending in the year 22. It's Oakland, that's 22. It's Carr, that's 22. And now the day numerology of the contract extension is very significant itself. 2017-2017 is 10. 10 reduces down to 1. We've got June the 6th month. 22 is a master number. It doesn't reduce. He signs his extension on a 29-day. The Raiders are at 25 playoff wins right now. Playoff win number 29 for the Raiders is going to happen in the Super Bowl. Wearing black, blowing out Tom Brady. Win number 29 is on the way for the Raiders by going a perfect 4-0 in the postseason run. This is the whole significance of the $40 million. 53 months later leaves us with the beginning of the Raider dynasty. The Raiders has gematria 53. 4 years, 5 months and 3 days later too. 4 years and 5 months. What we get is the team that they played, the Cowboys, having gematria 45. He's got $70 million of total guarantees, and, the Raiders were struggling at this time right after the DUI incident of Henry Ruggs. I think that they couldn't predict Henry Ruggs' crash back then, but I just find that super significant. The amount of time from Derek Carr being drafted to his contract extension is 37 months and 14 days, 163 weeks. Raider Dynasty. It's Los Angeles that's got gematria 37. This falls on the 38th month. The Raiders are going to win the Super Bowl 38 years later because it's Raiders and just win, baby. That's got you much at 38 in the last Super Bowl appearance at San Diego. Los Angeles, too. Los Angeles. 87 months from his birthday to June the 22nd when he signs a contract. 12 weeks and 3 days. It's 86 days when you do not include the end date. 87 days relates to the prior season in 2016 when he had that fibula injury. Broken fibula. That's another thing with this. Broken fibulous DiMaggio 53. The Raider dynasty begins 53 months later. It all ties into the injury that he suffered right before his contract extension. Broken fibula injury as DiMaggio 87. It's Derek Dallas Carr that's got DiMaggio 87. It is 87 days later from his birthday is the day that he signs a contract. When you get rid of the end date, it's 86. What you get is the move to Las Vegas. The stadium broke ground on November 17th. We're talking about SoFi. 7 months and 6 days later, he signs a contract extension. The Los Angeles Rams is gematria, or that isn't gematria of 76, but rather it's the Las Vegas Raiders that's got gematria 76, and this is 7 months and 6 days later, right after the stadium started construction. And then it's also Thomas Brady Thomas has got gematria 76. The stadium opened in 2020. Notice how this is just a little over 38 months after signing that contract. And the Raiders are going to win the Super Bowl 38 years later. This actually has a lot of significance with this fibula injury in the beginning of the Raider dynasty. LA Chargers, LA Rams, $40 million, 4-0. 192 days left in the year. Right after signing that contract. Definitely going to be happening for sure.